Well, lastly today, I wanted to talk about some of the current events in the news. We got the Russian ambassador to Turkey was shot dead by a jihadist security guard that somehow got into the this art gallery. I guess he was doing a tour of this art gallery. He was doing some kind of a speech in there. And this, this guy comes up and shoots him in cold blood in the back. Despicable. If there's one thing Americans know, you don't shoot a man in the back, right? Anyhow, so this to me goes back to, I know recently Obama made a veiled threat. Well, it wasn't even really veiled, was it? When he said, look, there's a price to pay. Obama's trying to say that he really believes that somehow the Russians hacked and were able to sway our elections. So this is where he gets this context. He gets this validation to believe what he believes when he believes nonsense. He's believing lies. Okay, to believe the Russians were responsible, and even if they were, okay, what does he say about China being, helping Hillary? What does he say about Saudi Arabia? What about Mexico? How they feel about Hillary versus Trump? We all know that, so how much did that play on the vote? Okay, that people think they're being compassionate because they're pro-immigrant, but it's against, all the immigrants in the world coming here is just a big xenophobic meanie. Okay, when I've already shown how compassionate, and how much I care about people, okay, is that I say take care of our own first. But anyhow, about Hillary and this popular vote thing that the media's been pushing, it's nonsense. But something could happen. Obama could stay in past the date he's supposed to, but it won't last long. If everything's unfolding like I believe it is in Bible prophecy, and so many others too. I'm not alone, okay? I'm not nuts. All Bible prophecy gets fulfilled sooner or later. So we keep getting closer and closer and closer to this time Jesus spoke of. This end of the age and the beginning of a new age. This very tumultuous, trying period. Okay, like we're all being refined by flames to be the kind of people he wants us to be. He's refining our souls to make us pure. He wants us to have a pure heart. So we all have to go through this process. And we have to turn to him for the strength, for the wherewithal to keep standing. And that means good communists, and that means good crony capitalists, good liberals, good conservatives, good Democrats, good Republicans. All need to turn to God and say, help me to close the wound on the collective body of America. And then that'll help. That'll set a good example for the rest of the world. That's what we need to do. We need to heal our wounds. We need relief from the money masters who are creating the problems for us. Okay, that's it. That's what they need. They need societal ills. They need chaos. They need crises. This gives them relevance. This gives them power. This gives them control. And yes, it gives them money. And the money is intricately involved in all of this. They need that power of the printing press. So all these people are involved. The very top of the political spectrum and the very top of the economic spectrum. All these people are the creators and purveyors of our problems. And they want us divided. They want us at each other's throats, blaming each other, saying you can never overcome. It's just going to be a perpetual battle forevermore against the communists and the capitalists, and nobody's going to get their way, so you're all just going to be miserable and stewing all the time in your misery, okay? That's what they want for us. Let's not let them have it, okay? Let's be empowered with the truth. Let's be of one mind and all be fresh water coming from this fresh water stream, and go out there and try to love one another, to care, okay? Not be gloating in your victory if you're a Trump supporter, and and conversely, stop hating, people just because they believe what they believe. I mean, you've got to at least respect somebody if they believe it. That's how I feel. If you really believe it, if you're passionate about it, I respect you. I mean, hey, maybe you're just as willing to use violence for your beliefs as this guy is for his beliefs. And while I may not be willing to use violence for either belief, I'm stuck here with you guys, okay? So we've all got to try our best to get along like a family, the family of humanity that we are. The way our owner, The Creator God wants us to treat each other and behave toward each other with love and kindness and respect and caring. Wanting the best for not some people, that's good, but for everybody, everyone. This is the only way we can be free and extricate ourselves from this paradox. So it is a stream of fresh water all the time. Yin and yang, male and female, good. But good and evil, we don't need evil. We don't need darkness at all, period. It's not the same thing. Don't conflate it. Don't mix it up. We don't need evil, okay, to know good. We need to be free from evil, to be content, to be free. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's not yin and yang. It's not male and female. Those things I embrace wholeheartedly. That's that kind of duality I embrace, but not. We don't need darkness. Okay, to know the light. Okay, that's it. We need to be free from it. We need to be free. Jesus said, like I was quoting earlier, that you must hate your life in this world. He's talking about specifically this system, this establishment, because the prince of this establishment, this is Satan, the money-based system. That reality has been foisted on us, okay, is that satanic spirit and those people therein, witting and unwitting often, but just, of the same mind. And they don't care about others. It's themselves very selfish and greedy and uncaring toward others, unloving. And so they don't care. If it meant that they got to keep their lot, their wealth, they'd just assume that, 90+% of people did die, as long as they got to keep their little niche in this world, and their power, their control, their money, their status quo. Okay, that's horrible. We should all be alarmed at this because of the war and all this. I mean, Alex Jones was just reporting on the show. I mean, how I didn't break out into tears or start pulling my hair out, I don't know. He's talking about, this is what was supposed to happen. This couple has these two children, 7 and 9-year-old little girls. I had 7 and 9-year-old little girls. Oh my God. If anybody so much as touched the hair on there, I went cuckoo, okay? That's why I got full custody of my kids, because there was some things going on with a guy I'm not going to go into right now. But you know what? The idea of little girls, God is watching this thing. What does it say? Those who would hurt a child, it'd be better to have a millstone tied around your neck and be thrown into the depths of the sea, okay? So take that as a metaphor for what? Okay, you better not been born, okay, to do what you did. Anyhow, these little girls were strapped up with explosives and a remote control, and then they were detonated inside a Syrian police station, okay? This is the way the story goes. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But these people, they try to report very conscientiously. They want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on InfoWars. Okay, I know that these reporters are not liars, so they would never intentionally put out fake news. But the real news is so sensational, people can't even wrap their minds around it. You can't believe that. How could that ever happen? That's the world we live in today. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. We need God's help. This is horrible what we're doing. We're all without excuse. Okay, if you reject wisdom and knowledge and you choose ignorance and bury your head in the sand, man, what do you got to look forward to? It's going to be traumatic. So face the trauma now or face it later, man. But this sucks, man. I hate my life in this world, but I love life. I love life, and I want the best for everybody. I wouldn't hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. Nobody. I don't want to hurt your freaking feelings. This is how I live with myself. This is how I cope with this madness. I want the best for everybody. I want to end homelessness in America and all over the world. I want to end hunger and people not having clean water. Fix those things. And then we'll talk about the knickknacks and gadgets. Okay, we don't need all those things, all the luxuries, all the extravagance. First, let's take care of everybody. We can have all those things, but once we bind the wound on the collective body of humanity, God Almighty, help us. Help us to see and take these blinders off. We don't know. This wrath of God is coming down. You can feel it. It's palpable. He's not a paper tiger. He's not without effect. Those that mock God are going to be sorely, sorely hurt in this thing. So we've all got to get it together and get serious. But when I listen to a report like that, I don't know how any of us cope. Can we see? Can't we superimpose, and make this distinction between the madness of this world that we're living in, this satanically controlled world, and what we could have if we were free? And what this money is really costing us, it's costing us our souls. It's costing us our conscience. It's costing us everything, our integrity, our honor. We've got to be willing to submit to the Spirit of truth, the Spirit of God, and let it all go. If He says we got to let it go, we got to let it go. It's coming. That day is coming, and you can't fight against the Spirit of truth. His will is going to be accomplished on earth, okay? No matter what anybody wants. That's what's going to happen. So we all got to get ready for it. And it's a beautiful thing to the righteous that hunger and thirst for righteousness on the earth. They're the ones that are going to be satisfied. So a bunch of people, let's see, that figure keeps going up in Mexico. It's probably going to end up over 50 people that were killed in this fireworks explosion. It's about money, right? All these people desperate to make a buck, right? Money in underground fireworks sales, right? Illicit fireworks sales, exporting, smuggling, what do they call it, smuggling. I used to enjoy them as a child, who wasn't intrigued, what little boy wasn't intrigued by M80s, right? But it's been a long time, and, I don't like explosives, so if you still like fireworks and explosives, well, look at the price you're paying, It's a lot more than the money that these people are making. Again, on Alex Jones, I know what people don't like about Megyn Kelly, and it is that, if you look up a term, stiff-lipped, that's what it is, this lack of emotions that she displays. Like, she's just got this brazen face that, nothing can jar her, But she ought to be jarred. We all ought to be jarred and not be stiff-lipped. It's not a good quality. And Alex Jones, his InfoWars store was hacked, and he says he's reporting huge financial losses because it happened on the busiest commerce day of the year, the day all the retailers depend on being in the black. We had a jihadist truck attack in Berlin, cost a bunch of lives, horrible carnage, maiming. I'm sorry about reading for so long. I'm just trying to review my notes and seeing what else I wanted to talk about here. But, I sure hope that Trump stays alive and that he is just a precursor to something really good coming. Not just for America, but for the whole world. That's what people got to understand. If he can really turn things around in America and assuage the concerns of the special interest groups and the status quo and the establishmentarians simultaneously. And I believe if anybody can do it, I believe Trump can. And remember, I had no affection for this man prior to what I heard him say. When I heard him say that he's ashamed of homelessness in America and he wants to end poverty, okay, he had me, lock, stock, and barrel. Okay, he won my heart. And since then, really, I've really given him a chance. I see he's super intelligent. He's going to get the right people in that are really smart, astute, and compassionate too, good people. So we don't have anything to worry about here. I really believe that. I say give him a chance. Give him a chance. And I hope it is. I hope it's just a precursor to the end of the whole thing. I just want things to get really, really, really good, not for some people, for everybody. In the meantime, we got to, set a new trajectory. We got to start going down a different path to close the wealth disparity. Not by taking from the haves. That's the socialist, communist model. Taking from the haves to give to the have-nots, right? The Robin Hood thing. We don't need to do that. That just creates animosity. Then there's legal loopholes. So it's never the people that ought to be paying. It's like going after, you know, big game, right? But you say, well, the lions and tigers are too hard to get. Let's go after the water buffalo, you know, an easier prey, which is just the public at large, the middle class. There's no way to go. It's not going to ever work, okay? So let's be honest about this thing. And crony capitalism is bad. You can't say that, you know, it's good that just because you're a private interest, you're non-governmental, that it's okay that you go out there and impose this huge tax through a cost of living on the public. It's not good either way. So we've all got to understand how this thing works and what it's going to take. We've got to understand it to confront it. And then once we have to confront it, once we understand it, and then we can, you know, work toward extricating ourselves one day at a time. For now, the thing's got legs, it's got inertia, and we're going to pay for a while. But I'm really hopeful that Trump can turn this thing around. But again, if they kill this man, it's all hell's going to break loose. That's all I know. And it may not be pretty, but we need God's help no matter what happens. So God bless everybody. And have a great day and a great weekend. And we'll talk again soon, I hope.